for the title. From the South Point Bowling Plaza in Las Vegas, here for the title matches of the Scratch and Handicap divisions of the 2021 Las Vegas main event. A couple different faces in the Scratch division. This is Riley Woodard, the number 2 seed. He's taking on top seed Brandon Howard for the Scratch division title. On the left, a familiar face around our tour, Nathan Tidball, will be playing Hawaii's Jaina Iakman for the Handicap division crown. Scratch already claimed by Vanessa Fusey. See which 2 more people will join her as singles champions this year. Opening shots there from Nate and Riley, both don't strike on a very demanding lane pattern, as is almost always the case for our major singles events. Riley hard and straight at that 10-pin, good form and no problem. Nathan will throw out Old Reliable, that purple plastic ball that has done him so well over the last year and a half or so. Covers up the 2-4 without any trouble. Jaina continuing a decade-long string of Hawaiians having great success here at main event. Didn't have so many of them last year. As we're getting closer to normal, have a whole crowd of them this year. Great to have them back, and that first shot goes left of target. Brandon Howard, this might be his first top 4 in JBT period, which is amazing because he's got a really smooth physical game. As he tosses 10 back there in the first frame. As our resident cheerleader gives Brandon a big hand, and Riley says, "I want some too." Ah, that's a nice spare from Iakman there in the first. So it's 2 Californians, a Hawaiian, and a Utah. As Riley beat fellow Utah Manny Farrell to get to the title match, where Howard got by Bud Sicard from Oregon in the other semifinal. Posts that one. Climbs the hill, make that 20 back. Can't start any better than that for Brandon. Jaina that first in the spare in the first. Much better shot there in the second. She is getting the handicap difference in this match too. It's 29. Nathan has to win by 30 pins to win the title. Look, Ma, all thumbs. Both finalists actually using their thumb in the Scratch division. That hardly ever happens anymore, let alone in main events. Plenty of power. He tickles over that light hit. That's a spare strike for Riley. Open things up. He can tie it up with a strike in the third. Somewhere near me is Jaina's sister. She was right behind me. I thought she was ready to do the camera work for me, but she disappeared now. Nope. Instead I have Gavin again. To tie up the match in Scratch. Woodard in the third. Ah, yeah, pretty ball. Whew, game on in Scratch. These two have been neck and neck for the past, about 6 or 7 hours. After 8 games of semifinals, they ended up tied at plus 574. The tiebreaker was high game, which gave Howard the 1 seed. It didn't really matter much in this format, as each bowler had to win a match just to get to this spot. They did, and 2.5 tenths of the way through, they remain tied. Wouldn't a tie for the title be exciting? We've never had that at main event. Trusty Purple does the job for Nathan in the third. You must have heard me say that as I get the thumbs up from him. Yes, Gavin, you left no doubt who the handicap main event champ was last year. Ah, I guess I light it. Coming screaming across, get that 5-10 out. Nathan's got 2 spares, so does Jaina, so they're basically tied before the 30 pins is given in. Wow! Coming in super light. That's been a 2-10 combination all week on this pattern. Instead, they go splat. He will take that strike quite happily. Hawaiian main event champions. Chase Fernandez. Did Pojas win? He made finals. Did he win one? One of them wore a Burger King crown in the picture, whichever one that was, of course. Can't forget that. Ooh! Oh, no! We saw a lot of 210 combinations this weekend, and we saw a lot of zeros this weekend. As the pattern's flat in the middle, and very long, so you had to get it nearer the edge to pick up some friction. But if you got it too far, too fast, or didn't catch it all, it hit that big brown board to the left of the lighter tan ones. And that is a gutter on a triple, and a mental challenge here as much as physical for Howard to pick up this spare in the fourth. Doesn't have it, and that's a game changer right there in the fourth frame. Jaina answers Nathan's splat strike with a Brooklyn of her own. That is maximum emotion out of Jaina Yachman right there. That's all you're gonna get, folks. Calm and collected. Riley with a golden opportunity here in the fourth. Takes advantage, full advantage. Confident shot, 3 in a row. Well, we're getting sloppy in handicap. Yachman Brooklyn's. Nathan says, I can do one of those things. He'll take it. He has a double. Nathan's 16 years old from San Diego. He's got himself a bunch of titles down here in the Southwest. 3 JBT titles, 2 JAT titles. One of those titles a doubles win with Lindsey Grime. Riley to extend to a big early lead now. Up. He's keeping the ball light in the pocket. I like that. That means he's handling his nerves well. He's throwing good shots, keeping the ball in play. Tricky 2-4-5 to shoot at though here. This will be light as well. Boy, and again, that had 210 written all over it, and again breaks it up into, this time, just a makeable spare. Huge thanks again to Mr. Mike Moniak and the whole crew here. Just making it super easy. They literally give me the keys to the building and say, here, go run a tournament for a week. And it's just nothing short of the best bowling facility on the planet. And we're grateful to be hosted by it. That's an excellent job at the spare from Woodard. 2-4-5 was nothing easy about it. Let's see if Brandon Howard can regroup here, sort of untested at this level, making a major tournament title match. Looked so good the first 3, and a massive hiccup in the fourth that he's gonna need to find a way to overcome. That's a good ball, right? No, it was a good ball. I should have kept my yap shut. It was apparently decent shot, leaves a 6-8. That one peeled on the back end. Pretty shot from Brandon. This is really the key one coming up here on the lane where it all went wrong for him. Oh, a 6-8. If she spares this and I get no reaction, I'm going home. Oh, there we go. Jaina, just 14 years old, from Kapolei. Bowls on the always popular Hawaii Bowlers Tour. Saw a lot of those shirts dotted all over the bowling center all week long. Basically a tie match if you're in handicap when you factor in the handicap. So Nathan's got the advantage having made up that handicap. But Yachman answers that with her best shot of the title match. Perfect 10-back strike for Yachman. No! Wow. I'm back here yapping about what an important shot this is to mentally recover. He throws it. Gorgeous ball on lane 13, and unlucky 13 rewards him with a solid 8. Yeek. Yeek and yikes. These 10-frame bowling games go by so fast. And a gutter ball and a solid 8 is just, it's not just that it hurts your score, it just removes 4 frames worth of opportunity to advance your score. And 4 out of 10 is a significant portion of your match. Speaking of opportunities, here's Tidball working with a strike in the 6th and throws a pretty ball there. Nathan defeated top seed Andrew Sanchez to get to this title match, where Jana got by another San Diegan, Caden Odell. Here, bowlers of all shapes and sizes. We had a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old make the top 8. Oh, it fell. That barely fell in time. And you better believe that fell in plenty of time. Double for Yachman, clawing back in it. While I'm talking here, Riley came about, what do you think, about 29/100ths of a second away from a blowout 7-10 there, and just in time the 10 fell on a really weird messenger. If any part of that pin spotter touched that 10, he'd have to put it back up. It did not. He remains clean by sparing that 7. Giant break for Woodard. Jana's family commanding that ball to get up. It rudely did not listen. But leaves a makeable spare, no washout. If the name Yachman sounds familiar, biggest sister Cheyenne bowled a ton. I actually saw a Facebook post from Cheyenne this morning on top of Mona something. I forget which. She looked cold. Great recovery from Woodard. I tell you, I don't know much about Riley, but I'm really impressed with his game. All those lines look great. Throwing confident shots. 17 years old from Orem, Utah. His dad owns Miracle Bowl in Orem, so I bet he gets plenty of solid practice time in. Great shot from Nate, bowling a fantastic title match, clean so far. And he is going to need every bit of it, as Jana has given him all he can handle. Brandon's got to find a way to catch a double here in the 7th and 8th. Shot. Uh-oh. And trusty Purple finds a bad time to open. He now leads by 22. He must win by 30. 2 frames to go. He's going to have to make up 8 pins. Brandon has thrown 6 out of 7 beautiful frames and trails by 20 because of a big error early. Nate unable to recover. Plot thickens. Shot of the match for Brandon right here. Boy. Close. 6-pin stands, and if the match stands as is, Brandon Howard is going to take lane 13 and deposit it in the nearest fire bin.
Big total. The big total house right here.
Does it? Oh, I know what I'm looking at now. Okay, thank you. Yes, okay. Boy, you had me questioning my addition skills there for a second. All I'm looking at is the normal 5 frames. There's a giant scoreboard here. I haven't had it on camera yet. Recap that. You see the normal score, and then the handicap's added in on that big centered orange number that I couldn't for the life of me know what the heck they were talking about of. No!
Sorry, guys.
No, don't be sorry. Strike in the 9th. Excellent shot, but a flat 7 in the 10th. He's going to make Tidball show up, though, in his 10th. And just like Brandon's thrown one, just like Brandon, only one really errant shot for Riley. 7 out of 8 great shots. He will still lead, though, by 20 pins. Oh! If he can spare up that 7, and crushingly, Jana misses that 10 pin, which gives Tidball a chance to win this tournament. He's got to win by 30. He needs a double, right? that did it. No, that did it. Has to win by 30, 199. Would win by 30. He needs 7 pins on the next 2 balls to win main event. What a beautiful 10th frame from Nathan. My goodness. For all that money and handicap level bowler. Hundreds of people watching this match. Beautiful 9th frame strike from Riley. 7 on 2. How about 10 on 1 for the main event champion? Nathan, stepladder finals are funny creatures. Nathan was all but out of here in the first round of the finals, but Ben Martin went 7 out in the 10th, and Nathan ended up winning that game by 3 pins, and boom, here he is. Hoisting the trophy. Incredible. Brennan Howard can max out for 216, which would force Riley to spare strike to tie. So it's all in the line here in the 9th and 10th, and on the lane he has been nails on. He has have to swallow another difficult pill. So ringing 7. Eesh. These two are making me glad I do more talking about bowling than actual bowling these days. So they are giving it all they can. Here, each one could have had a much higher score than they do. Has to make this fair to stay alive. And does not do it. Oh, goodness gracious. 2 errors that came at catastrophic times are going to spell doom for Brandon. And a gentle towel throw is all that happens when it, on the inside, it is volcanic, I guarantee you. It's Nathan collecting his props from Gage. Gage Baker was the qualifying leader in handicap. That's Caden Odell, who finished 3rd and 4th place in handicap. Love to see the camaraderie between competitors. And now, when it doesn't matter, he finally gets the break on 13 as a bad shot strikes. Oh, bowling, you so cruel. So Orem, Utah collects a title, San Diego, California collects a title, and right here in Vegas, with runners up from Florida, California, and Hawaii. Not bad. Brandon will finish up the string at 180. I know he's disappointed, but heck of a result. It's that two-edged sword, isn't it? If you walk in on Monday and say, hey, you're going to finish 2nd at main event, you'll say, heck yeah. When it's actually happening, feel like you just finished 475,000th. It's competition for you. 184 is his final number. And this young man has himself a victory lap on JBT Web TV, and Pop is happy to my right, as he certainly should be. No! And thank goodness that wasn't for all the marbles.
Oh my God.
It doesn't matter, so I'm going to pester him. Riley, we have never had one spared on camera. Never once. Josh Blanchard made one 2 weeks ago, but we didn't catch it on camera. That would be the ultimate end to a main event video. Bounce! Perfect time for a pocket 710. It's a 204 to 184 final. And a main event win for Team Woodard right there. Yes. Outstanding stuff all week long. We're going to take a breath, take a nap, and we're going to do it again in Oceanside in about 6 days, huh? Sound good, Gavin? All right, good. Congrats to all of our finalists. Thanks, ever, for being here. We will see you guys in 2022.